Cris. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of the Mark and Will Show. And of course, you have your favorite two hosts of the most, Mark and Will. What's up, my brother?
What's going on with you, man?
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday! Yes,
sir.
Yes. I hope everybody's having a nacho day.
Right.
But if you gotta get that Supreme, whatever you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? That good stuff, bro.
Absolutely. You ain't lying about that one.
Yes!
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Hey, today's Tuesday, so you know,
Yeah.
we got a little special treat for you guys. We got the famous, the legendary Cris Dishman gonna join us a little later on in the show, so we can get caught up with him and actually hear his journey, his sports journey, and all this kind of stuff. Very, very, very excited to
Right.
hear him and all that kind of stuff. And don't forget, later on this week, we got a couple of more interviews, you know what I'm saying, lined up. So, hey, it's time to get into the stuff, trying to get into all that kind of good stuff.
Right.
Bro, how was your day, man?
It was a good day. You know, you got to take care of business, make sure the car's good, running right, get back and forth to work. You know how it is.
Right.
Car's the biggest trick seller.
Yeah, you go in there and they always got something else.
What you said.
Always, don't care who you are. Always, bro. They just constantly. That's why I had so much anxiety on Monday, was Sunday night going to Monday for my tire. I'm like, Lord, what they gonna say? They
Right.
always try to do something. They try to be slick.
Right.
That's how it goes. Hey D, how you doing? Let's see that
What up,
shit. How
sis?
you doing?
How was your day today, brother?
Man, hey, it's laid back, man. Great weather. Was able to get a nice little
absolutely.
walk in, you know what I'm saying, during lunch. That was cool. Nothing really major. Just tired of these mosquitoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
The flies, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just the mosquitoes. Everybody, it ain't about
Right.
the mosquitoes. They the want to bite the heck out of you. But,
Right.
woo, man, I just, hey, man, let's keep it moving. That's all I got
Please.
to say, bro. I mean, get a little colder, get to freeze them out or something.
Yeah, something like today.
Yeah. Ridiculous. All right, guys, you know what the deal is. Social media, markandwillshow.com. Hey, Mark and Will Show, period. You talking about Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Hey, check them out. See what's going on. Hey, you're not going to miss nothing. We're going to get you together. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
hey, check everything out. You know, Mark put some great content about different players, you know, pick one, pick two, pick three, pick four, whatever you got to do.
Whatever it is, you better pick one.
So, you know, and comment on them, you know what I'm saying? Just don't look at them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we know you don't like them, just comment on them.
Right.
Just comment.
You don't like it, don't have of it either.
Just comment. Just comment. That's all you got to do. FNC, Friday
Yes, sir.
Night Crew. Go ahead and check that. Go on to FNC. Friday Night Crew. That's the channel. Go on and check out this past Saturday showing. So, you know, see what's going on. Some good topics. Definitely get into that. Want to appreciate everybody's involved with that. Thank you guys, big time. And this one right here,
Absolutely.
one of them goodies.
Oh, the gaming. Please go over to that channel and subscribe. Because I promise y'all not great to be disappointed. This is great to be really,
You
really
got it
fun.
hooked up.
This is great to get fun. This is great to get fun.
He's
That's
ready.
all I can say.
He's ready.
It's about to get fun, man. So go subscribe to that channel.
We're playing with him.
Y'all want to hear some funny stuff that goes on? Hey, y'all gonna catch it over there. If y'all want us to call people out and challenge them, like Dre, our cousin, hey, we're going to call him out. He got that 23. I saw it.
Yes, sir.
I saw it on that Xbox. I saw it, brother. Hey, he's getting ready. Go ahead, Dre. Love you, boy. But we getting there, man. We coming with it, man. We absolutely coming.
Hey, speaking of Dre, happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
Cuzzo, big time. So, yeah. So, we had a nice Play of the Week polls and things like that. We want to thank everybody who went on Twitter to go ahead and do this year's first Player of the Week, offense and defense. They turned out. Yeah. They really turned on their horn.
They was going in.
And I'm going to tell you, the key and the crazy thing is this, because we're not going to put no bull players. That's
right.
Every player deserves it.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing. Now, it's up to you players.
It's up to you.
Schools.
To vote.
ADs.
Absolutely.
Mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, everybody to vote, because it makes a difference. Like I said, everybody's deserving of it. So, without further ado, Mark and Will's Players of the Week. Brought to you by Tap App.
Tap App.
And the great thing is that it's the first one of the year, so let's go on and see what's going on. Who we got here? Let's see if I can bring it. You know how that goes.
Absolutely.
It ain't always easy. Let's see. There it is. Boom. Mark and Will Show's National Player of the Week is Collins Kenyon Gooden. Okay. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of him, because pretty much he actually won one of our things regular last year. But this one, he's our National Player of the Week.
National.
17 for 20, 268 yards, 4 TDs passing, 19 carries, 163 yards, 2 TDs. He went Lamar.
Yes, he did.
He went Lamar. So,
yes, congratulations, man.
Big time for taking care of that business. You balled out for the first game of the year.
And I love how the kids, they get on there retweeting and vote for themselves and stuff like that.
That's how you do it. All right. We're going to let Mark pronounce this one.
Absolutely not.
Kentucky Offensive Player of the Week is Danville's Demarion Brown.
That's all that matters. Mr. Brown.
He did his business. He handled it. And I know you guys probably, his vote. Hey, he was actually the second most votes on the offensive side. So he's got the Kentucky Offensive Player of the Week. 17 carries, 236 yards, 2 TDs, an 89-yard kickoff return TD.
Congratulations to you.
Marion Brown, congratulations for being Mark and Will's
Keep balling. Keep balling, man.
Kentucky Offensive Player of the Week.
Yes.
Hey. Love that. Keep on doing
Keep balling,
man. Hey, wait to start the season off with that one.
Absolutely.
Last but not least, Kentucky Defensive Player of the Week is Bowling Green Davis Fant. 15 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. He was putting in that work. Putting in that work for Bowling Green. You did your thing. Hey, don't worry about Mark. I already know what he's got to say. I know what he's thinking about. But you was a tackling machine, Davis. Fant. So, hey.
Jesus.
Be seeing PRP next week. So, tackling machine. Congratulations.
Oh, Lord.
Big time. Yes, sir. Put in that work.
Yes,
Put in that work.
He absolutely did. Congratulations,
like I said,
man.
thank you, every kid, you know what I'm saying, that played, that butts off, did what they had to do. Hey.
Agreed.
That's 1 week down. Week 2, which is this Friday night game and Saturday night if you got them on Thursday night game. Go ahead and make sure you nominate, do what you got to do once we put it out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a poll. That was fun seeing you guys go ahead, like Mark said, retweet. Everybody's doing something. Vote for this, so that was cool. So definitely. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Keep it coming. MLB. Let me jump with the Monday score. August 22nd. Atlanta beat Pittsburgh 2-1.
Woo!
Milwaukee beat the Dodgers 4-0. KC beat the White Sox 6-4. Philly beat the Reds 4-1. I don't know why it just happens. Yankees beat the Mets 4-2. Tampa Bay beat the Angels 2-1. Texas beat the Twins 2-1. St. Louis beat the Cubs 1-0. Miami beat the A's 3-0. Tuesday, August 23rd, which is today. You got a lot of games actually rocking right now.
Let's go.
Atlanta is up on Pittsburgh 4-1 at the top of the fifth. White Sox is up on Baltimore, down to Baltimore 3-2, bottom of the third. Phillies and Reds 0-0, bottom of the fourth. That's a tight little defensive game. You got the Yankees and the Mets 0-0, top of the fourth.
Go Yankees!
Tampa Bay is up on the Angels 2-0 at the bottom of the third. Detroit is down to the Giants 1-0 bottom of the fourth. Rain delay, Blue Jays and Red Sox 0-0. Game just started, top of the first. 0-0 doubleheader game today, which is St. Louis and the Cubs. You got Diamondbacks and KC 0-0. Game literally just started. Twins and Astros 0-0. Game just started. Doubleheader, like I said earlier today, the Cubs beat St. Louis 2-0. You got that game actually on again, like I just said. Then you got games at 10-10. Milwaukee and Dodgers. Texas and Rockies come on at 8:40. Gardeners and Padres come on at 9:40. Miami and the A's come on at 9:40. And last but not least, Washington and St. Louis. Seattle come on at 10-10.
Woo-wee. American League East. Yankees are still hanging on. They up 8. And I'm saying hanging on because before you know it, they can lose it because they got Tampa Rays.
Yep.
So you got New York, the Yankees, over the Rays, 8.5 game and 8.5 game over Blue Jays. In the Central, you got the Guardians with a 2-game lead over the Twins and 3-game lead over the Sox. In the West, the mighty West, Houston Astros with 11.5 cushion over Seattle Mariners. In the National League East, you got the Mets with only a 3-game lead over the Braves. Braves take care of business tonight. Yankees taking business. It's a 2-gamer.
Yes, sir.
St. Louis Cardinals with a 4.5 game lead over the Brewers. And in the West, the mighty West, you got the Dodgers spanking everybody with a 17.5 lead over the Padres. Woo-wee, I'm telling you. Scoreboard brought you by 828 Apparel.
828.
And look, real quick, don't forget on Thursday, you can check us out on evision-radio.com, 3 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yes.
Check it out. Big time. You know how we do it.
Run them numbers up.
Woo!
WNBA, you got a game that's coming on tonight,
Okay.
which is Chicago Sky and the Liberty. We covered the games yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
we can talk about this game.
we got this one coming on tonight at 9 o'clock. Game 3, crucial game. Whoever wins this, move on to the next round.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and they got Chicago 7.5 game favorite, which, hey man, it's kind of bad business.
It is.
Like we talked about it last night. It's kind of sad that you play your first 2. Now you need to take care of business, but not everybody can do it. Like we talked about.
Yep.
They're professional, so you know
Absolutely.
you can lose to another professional team. And so the deciding game is basically the favorite teams on the road.
Right.
You know, New York is packed. Gonna be packed.
Yes, it is.
It is gonna be packed.
Yes, it
Even
is.
if they ain't never been packed all year, and they probably have. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's gonna be packed
Yeah,
tonight.
we sold out tonight.
So, you know, and the crazy thing, Liberty 16-20 overall in the regular season, and the Sky was 26-10, and it makes no difference. Throw that out. It's the playoffs.
It's
So
the playoffs.
Chicago has any plans of repeating? You gotta take care of business.
You better take care of
Take
tonight.
care of business.
I'm
So
going
we'll
for y'all.
see. Right. What's up, Mom? How you doing?
Mom.
Let's see here. I think it's one of your favorite teams. The Panthers. Quarterback Corral placed on season in the IR. We kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday because Baker is named the quarterback.
Yes, he is.
Donald, as you know, he's mad. You know, he don't want
He's
to
hot.
look at anything or anybody.
Nobody.
So you're going to probably need to sign another
You better,
quarterback.
because he's on the trading block now. He already went to the office today and said, hey, get me out here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where you're going to go and start. I mean,
Right.
you can probably go somewhere and start, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
But I don't think nobody wants you, bro.
Yeah, you gotta, you gotta dig. The thing about it is a new season coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you put on tape so far. We don't know.
Nope.
But they do got PJ Walker, who's being around practice squad and all that teams like that. But like Mark said, there's not too many teams. The only team I know is Seattle, because that's a hot mess.
Yep.
Houston, Texas, they still believing in long neck Mills.
Yes, they are.
But I don't know too many other teams, to be honest.
Nope, and the Jets got Flacco, which I don't know why they still believe in him, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because Wilson is hurt again or something.
Right, yep.
I mean, that's odd. Normally you could be like, well, you can throw about 20 teams out there. Everybody else pretty much. Now, I'm not saying that this is concrete, all pro starters, Pro Bowls.
Right.
But they offer a better option than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you want to go down to the Saints and hope that
don't do
Winston
that. Don't.
throws 30,000 interceptions.
Yeah, but he going to throw 30,000 yards too, on top of it.
I don't know. He ain't got Peyton.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going to fling it.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
He's going to fling it.
The only thing they got going for them besides Kamara is their defense is legit. Their defense has been legit.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
And
They always been good.
I just got to see this.
Oh, he's not back.
Oh, he got hurt?
Hamstring.
Nah,
Nothing new.
Yeah. As long as it ain't that ankle. As long as it ain't that, it's always been an ankle. So
Yes,
as long as it's not that ankle, I mean, I think they.
No, you're right about that one,
I
brother.
think he just don't want to play. He wasn't gonna play anyway. They got a bubble on him big time.
Right.
Ravens running back Edwards out for at least first 4 games. They put him on the pull, and I think it's probably really extension.
Just got him back.
Yeah, but they got him back, but they ain't playing him. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
That's to give him a little bit more wiggle room to get him fully healthy from the injury.
And he's gonna be a hell of a backup.
Yeah.
He's good. I like him.
They got 20 running backs.
I hate that he's in my division, but he's good.
Ravens got 20 running backs.
They got the young boy who comes back. They good. They should be good.
Shoot, they got all kinds of running backs.
Yeah.
And they ain't about it. That's why you look around their team and be like, okay, who is not going to make it?
Who is not?
Because you remember they got Mike Davis, they got Dobbins, so man, Justice Hill, somebody's not making it. And somebody's going to pick one.
He's going to stay there unless they be like, or whatever.
He's there. That's why they put him on that pup.
Yeah,
so they can
he's staying.
They can stash him, as them cuts go on, you ain't got to worry about him. He's good.
Right.
Some of these other, like I said, Justice Hill, Dobbins, Davis, them 3 legit running backs.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. So, hey, we know what you're doing. And you protect them at all costs. You better do that. So, good luck with that. But I would love to see Gus bust runs more.
Do what you do.
Commander, speaking of that, defensive end Young out. At least first 4 games. Same thing.
And he's ooh, I like him though. He's nasty.
You got to definitely keep him healthy.
He's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Plus they defense is trying to really get everybody back in form anyway, because everybody injury after injury after injury.
Yeah.
So when they get back, young boy goes right back down.
Yeah.
They almost there, but hey, take care of yourself,
Ron
man.
Rivera's a good defensive coach too.
He is.
So
yep.
That's the great thing. I know it's probably frustrating to him because he's probably like, man, if I can get
I can't get a break.
But that ain't your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is your offense line.
Quarterback.
Yeah. Quarterback, running back, receivers.
Yeah, all that.
Dude is nice. The one receiver, but he'd probably be a number 2 at the
Who was that? It's Carson there, ain't it?
Carson Wentz. Yes.
Y'all can't get rid of Carson, can you?
We better have Carson. Yeah.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, y'all just can't get rid of that guy.
When he came in, the coach said, "Nah, you need to go back.
Go back to your division, man."
That's crazy because I would not have took him. I would not have took him. So it's the turnover. That's because they're desperate. They ain't no quarterback.
No, you right about telling. You're absolutely right about that one, brother.
Woo! Still, the starting quarterback to be decided in the preseason finale. That's from Tomlin. And if Tomlin says it, everybody must listen because it's happening. So, as everybody thought that Trubisky's going to be the dude, Tomlin's going to pump the brakes. So, Mitch, if you truly are the veteran and you truly can ball somewhat, because we know eventually you're going to lose that job. We know that. But we're gonna see what kind of player you truly are, because that means you're playing. You got to earn it. He's talking about from practice on to this game. So we're gonna see.
Absolutely.
And Mitch, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Mitch, Me personally, I'm going to give the edge to Mitch. I believe he will be the starting quarterback because you don't want to throw that young boy just out there like that. Me personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't name the rookie the starting quarterback. I just wouldn't be surprised.
If they name him the starting quarterback,
I would not be surprised.
They need to cut Mitch Trubisky. Cut him.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Let whatever Rudolph, whatever Mason. Because that's embarrassing.
I would not be surprised, but my gut. I think Mitch will start the season.
I hope so.
I believe he will start the season. At least give him 5 games to, mess it up.
Right.
Then let the young boy come
let
in like that or whatever. Just don't throw young boy in the fire. Because like I said yesterday, he ain't been really playing, top defenses like that. So we don't know what he's capable of doing yet. So let Mitch do it. He's the veteran.
Yeah, let him do it.
You see some go crazy, bring young dude in. If he go absolutely crazy, keep him in. Keep him in.
Yeah,
but it's just, it just sucks that when you have somebody for so long, now you start completely over. Now you starting over, man.
I just hope Tomlin ain't riding the wave, dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, he's been coaching for forever. We understand that.
I think he'd make the right decision.
But, if that boy starts,
he'd make the right decision.
If that guy starts, Lord,
he gonna make the right decision.
Gracious, because you talking about right off the dribble, you got to go play Cincinnati.
Yes.
You got to play the Patriots. You got to play exotic blitzes.
Right.
You get the Browns. Ain't nobody in the Jets. So
yes,
that's
the first 4 games. That's what I was telling.
That's what you do.
I was talking to somebody. Them first 4 games. If Mitch starts, if you can't do what you do in them first 4 games, there's something wrong with you.
At least be 2-2. At least. Because you got the Jets and Browns at the end of
I said, I gave them 3-1 because I'm going to take that loss to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And I see her say on the show, I'll take that one. You know what I'm saying? Because them three-headed monsters that receive over there, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I ain't got no faith in my defense, but still, right. I got the quarterback situation.
My whole thing is, if they start the young buck, then that Patriots is a loss because those boys exotic.
Yeah, he's going to the game. Oh, they got him starting? A rookie?
Yeah, that's exotic.
Plus, I don't think a rookie quarterback ever beat Bill Belichick.
That's exotic. That's not even fair.
They got
don't set them up like
that. On defense.
Don't set them up like that. But then the thing about it is, then it's the Bills, the Bucks, then at the Dolphins. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who made y'all scared? They trying to. Ben did that. Big Ben did that. He think he's funny because he's sitting back like, I
ain't there, brother. I'm good. I'm out.
Best linebacker bracket. It's a Steelers day.
No, not.
Jack Lambert versus Willie Lanier. Willie Lanier was solid, great in his time, and we all know Lambert was a beast. I'm riding with Lambert.
He's different.
Lambert
was
no teeth.
None of
all that stuff.
Walking around practice with underwear on and stuff. Yeah, that guy's crazy.
That right there.
Yeah,
he looked like a linebacker.
Yeah, he did. And plus, back in the day when you got them things on that make you look even bigger.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was dope back in the day.
Yeah, he was different.
Hey, y'all know what's so crazy? Bro didn't hesitate with this.
Nah, when you know,
bro didn't hesitate at all this week. He said, "Nah, brother, I'm sorry, we ain't gonna discuss this."
Look, as Coach Wolf said, when you know,
you know. And absolutely right. Absolutely right.
They set Mr. Lanier up for that one. I'm sorry, Mr. Lanier. That wasn't right. They was wrong for that one. All righty, let's see right here. What we got? Nets the Rent agreed to move forward together. We know what this is about.
I'm so over it. I ain't gonna say it front. I'm over it because this is a hell of a soap opera right here, boy. This is a good one too. I mean, you got last week, you get rid of this person, you get rid of that person. Then the next week, I'm here to stay. What is going on? Now they sitting there saying Kyrie, he's off the market. We're not taking no more trade offers.
Yeah.
He's off the market. I don't get it. So what change? What's the change of mind? What do you think the change of mind is?
Nobody's gonna give up what they want for him.
Absolutely.
That's number one. And then, like I said yesterday, if Mitchell and them is getting 5, what are you giving? You get unrealistic trade for him because if Boyd's getting 5, that means 7, 8, 9 is going Durant's way. He's like the second best player, second
Rudy
1A, 1B player.
Up.
So you got to give everything. Yeah, and like somebody commented on one of the postings, it said, you blame Quinn Snyder and all them for that.
Yes,
from Utah who did that, and actually blame Minnesota people for agreeing with
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
right.
Why would you sabotage your own, man? Why would you, and you go back to Rudy, 4 first-round picks. Rudy is nice, solid piece when you got other things. Like, for that team, he might. But my whole concern is, I don't want Towns spending 75% outside.
Exactly. Heck,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Now, he shoots them threes and stuff, but I don't want him down there. I want him down there. And you can't put Rudy.
Post up.
You can't put Rudy nobody where. Except on a pick and roll or down there.
Yep.
For offensive rebound. So that I don't even think that's gonna work.
We're gonna see. We are going to see.
And my thing is this, so that means Towns, you have to guard a smaller, quicker power forward.
Yep. We're gonna go right past you.
Yeah. And you can say, well, Rudy's guard. Well, if I'm somebody, because a lot of these teams got centers can shoot 3, you got to come out, Rudy.
Yep.
That's how the the Jazz got beat several times because he couldn't guard outside.
Mm-hmm.
And they pull him away.
And I see him get dunked on a couple times this year.
Oh, yeah?
They going to slam on dude. Stay down there, big fella.
I just totally, if you can get him for 2 first rounds, okay, cool. 4, I mean,
that messed up the market.
That killed it.
It messed up
That's why Donovan ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
You know what I'm saysaying? That's why, and Utah's like, well, we got this for him. You're going to have to give us this. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So,
it sucks.
Smashed it, bro. They smashed it.
And I ain't with it. I hate that.
Yeah.
That's why KD said, all right, I'll stay here. Irvin, you staying too?
That's what Marks told him. Mark said, boy, ain't nobody giving you us 9 first round, 7,
and with the type of money that you got to.
Yeah, nobody. Who you gonna play with, bro? None but G League players.
Better hope that this Simmons and Kyrie Irving thing can work out.
Lord,
hey, they're in the East, so
did we talk about this yesterday? I can't even remember. Haslam returning for his 20th NBA season. All right, I want to say this. I want to say this.
Coach, man.
His agent is the best agent I've ever heard in my life. And we know that he's been with Miami, so he's like a son, and like you said, he's part of the staff. They dress him up, all this stuff.
Yep.
But he's still getting paid. Nice money.
Yes.
A veteran deal that, dude, you done played 20 years? Come on, bro. Like, he's eating. He is eating without playing.
Yes.
And then Foster he can't move out there too quick, you know what I'm saying, like he used to.
Right.
He'll come out there.
Yeah,
he'll come out there and he try to get you on.
They keep him there to keep Butler in check. You know how Butler be trying to go off to.
Let me tell you guys real quick. Oh, they ain't got it listed. They saved him because everybody else is listed. The money, because he's getting that veteran, and that veteran is nice for him. Dude.
He's
20
good.
years.
He's good.
20 years, man.
He probably paid big money twice, so he's all right.
20 years, bro. Yeah, man. Let's go on and bring Coach on here, man.
Yes, sir.
That's ridiculous, bro. My stomach hurt for that. Hey, no problem. And Coach, what we doing? We tried to bring on people who's been a very, very important in the sports life of Louisville. This so a lot of these youngsters to know that you can achieve goals, you can get your your degree and do things like that.
You see what I got in, huh? Ali, baby, Ali.
502, 502. That's what we needed right there, big time.
Yeah.
We want to get the talk to you and see what basically about your sports journey. Let us ask you this, Coach. How old were you when you started playing sports?
Well, I was probably about, I guess, about 12, but 10, yeah, about 10 to 12, because my oldest brother Billy and my oldest brother Colin play sports, and I wanted to hang around with them. So when they went off to the park, down to Shawnee's Park and play, and went off to Jewel Park and played baseball, you know, I wanted to go too. And over Community Catholic, we played football there for a while. So whenever they went off, I wanted to go. So I was probably about 10, I think 10 years old when I started.
Okay. So, and it's so funny because you named the parks that, I'm from Southwestern Parkway. So that Shawnee, and then I play Little League Baseball at Jewel Park. So definitely
Yes.
Shawnee Little League. So big time. So what sport particularly, was you playing all the sports, or was it a particular sport that you was playing when you started?
I played all of them. I played football, basketball, and baseball. Even though I didn't get in there that much in baseball, but I was there participating in practice. I may say, I don't think I ever got in the game, which is which which I think I don't. And this is the reason why I don't really watch baseball now, because I never really got in the game. I just participated in all the practices and never played in the game. But
Right.
I loved football, and I love basketball, and I love track. I love running track. Can't think of the Shawnee track team, our track club team that I ran for there at Shawnee. I can't think of the name of it. Lord have mercy. It's gonna come to me later.
So when you, let's say when you got a little older and things like that, what, as far as football, what league did you play for?
Well, the football I was in, like I said, we started off in Community Catholic. Then I went to the St. Denis because Community Catholic League closed down. And then after St. Denis, of course, it was DeSales High School there. It wasn't those 7-on-7 leagues where they have now. So it's,
Right.
it wasn't one of that. It's either you go into your community and play, or do you go into your grade school or the high school and play. So that's what I did as far as high school.
What was it? Any other school that you might have went to besides the sales, or was that a shoe in from St.
Right.
Denis to sales?
Well, like I said, my two oldest brothers both went to DeSales High School and played receiver. My brother Billy Dishman, who coached for a long time there in the Kentucky area, the Louisville area, he went on into the sales and played was a receiver. He wore number 46. My brother Colin, who wore number 11, he played receiver there. So I knew that the sales was the high school for me. Even though Shawnee, I stayed on Kerry Court, 654 Kerry Court, right there, which Shawnee was high school, was a high school I was probably be able to be bused to, and was able to walk to. You know,
Yep.
was Shawnee High School was right down the alley. You just
Right.
walk right down the alley, go over Riverdale, or go over Riverside, and right next 4 blocks there's Shawnee High School.
Right.
So that's where we used to go always and play our football games. Is 35th Street versus Kerry Court, or 40th Street versus 49th. If we're not in the alley where
Right.
the come through, we go walk to Shawnee High School, and have our games.
Right. Right. When you was at the sales, um, I know that besides DB, what other position was you receiver too? Was you trying to be like a receiver like your brothers, or?
Yeah, I was in. It's so funny because in high school I was a receiver.
Okay.
I played very little DB in high school. On third down or something like that, they threw me back there as safety in case somebody break through. I can go run and tackle them because I was pretty fast.
Right.
But I really didn't play that much defensive back in high school. I was really a receiver. Then when I got to Purdue, I was switched from receiver to defensive back.
Wow.
So I guess they knew more than what I did, and God knew more than what I did. So was able to switch me. It wasn't no transfer portal. I couldn't call home and tell my dad. I did call home, and my dad hung up on me. But it wasn't. Wasn't no transfer portal where I could go and transfer.
Right.
The funny story behind that, and I don't want to make my dad sounding cruel for hanging up on me. The, my dad probably answered the phone. My dad passed away this last September. He was 92, and he
Okay.
probably answered the phone about 10 times in his whole lifetime. And fortunate for me, one of those times that he answered the phone, I called and told them, I said, Dad, look, they want to switch me to defensive back. I want you to call Michigan. I want to transfer over to Michigan because I had offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Tennessee, Purdue, and I always wanted to play in the Big Ten. So I was a Big Ten guy. So back then it wasn't no cell phone. It was a phone that
Right.
you call home. So I called home, and then all of a sudden the phone went from my dad, okay, all right, you should be okay, and then all of a sudden, and you hear that big loud buzz. Well, no one really can hear that buzz no more on their cell phone. Okay, so you hear this loud buzz, and I'm thinking, oh snaps, something must happen. So I called back. Then my mom answered, being a supportive wife she is. She said, "Well, your daddy told me what happened, and um, we get paid next week, and we're gonna send you a care package." And I'm thinking, listen, my life is about to end. My mom and dad talk about some care package. Yeah, I'm accepting care package because you don't want to go to school hungry, be at school
Right.
hungry. I'll
Right.
accept that care package. But mom, did you guys just hear me? They switching me to a defensive back. I never really played this position. So, but like I said, they told me stick it out, work it out, you'll be all right. And that's what happened. 13 years later, I stuck it out for the 4 years there at Purdue. And 13 years later, I played defensive back all my pro career.
Wow.
Yeah. God works in great ways.
Absolutely.
Right. Big time. So, let- so when you was at, let me go back to the sales. So you made all state as receivers. Position.
I made all state as receiver and also defensive back. And I'm trying to figure out how I made all state a defensive back. But hey, I took it. I said,
Right.
hey, they didn't give it, I took it. But, yeah,
So
but
go ahead. Go ahead.
I said, life throws you a lot of different curves that you have to be able to, you got to be able to swing at the. And here's my baseball knowledge. What I'm saying, even though I never have gotten a game. See, so my coach out there, if he's listening, he should have put me in the game. I could have hit some home runs. But life give you all type of issues, and as an athlete and as an individual, as a man of God, that you have to just take those in stride and always be thankful for those um, controversies or those setbacks as blessings that you can make you stronger. And every setback I had, every controversial I had, that's the way I viewed it. I thank God for the controversies. I thank God for not having me play. I thank God for me getting redshirted because it just made me a better person and a better player
Right.
and a hungrier person.
Right. Big time. That's good stuff. Because a lot of kids, like you said, they go to college and it may not be that position that you thought. And then, like you said, they get all upset and the school is not where I
Yep.
want to be and stuff like that. So that's a great story that the kids need to listen. And basically, the coaches. That's how I was brought up. You need to listen to the coach and all this kind of
Right.
stuff like that. So let's ask about the NFL draft. When you was coming out, would you expect it to go higher? Because I think you went fifth
Fifth
round.
round.
Fifth round, 125th pick, and if I'd have went 12th round to 240, the Mr. Irrelevant, I would have been grateful for that too, because I was gonna make it. I was gonna make it no matter what round I went in, no matter it was first, fifth, 10th, 12th. It was 12 rounds back then,
Right.
so it's not 7 rounds. Like, is it 7 rounds today? Yeah, it's 7 rounds today. I, yeah, I was gonna make it no matter what round I went in. I had the terminology. I was determined, not terminology. I was determined to make the squad. I wasn't coming back to Louisville without making that team.
Right.
So I just did everywhere, anything in my possible knowledge to be able to be on that team. No matter if I played, the coach said you need special team players. I was the first one in there. Hey, do anybody? When the veteran players didn't want to take reps, I took the reps. You know, when When the guy said I need a scout team guy to hold this, I held the dummy. So whatever was need to be done, I done it, and didn't complain, didn't gripe. I just did it with a smile and just kept doing it because I knew that whatever it takes for me to be on this team, that's what it's going to do. And it was going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. And sometimes you do jobs you don't like. In life, that's how it is. Sometimes you do something you don't like, you just have to do it because unless you own the team or own the club or own the building, then you're going to be told things by your boss that you may not want to do. But until you start owning it, you can do it the way you want to do it.
Right, that's true. When you was volunteer for scout team and everything, was Mr. Warren Moon throwing the ball?
Oh yes, and more may be better. It sucks. If I could cover guys like a Haywood Jeffries and Ernest Gibbons,
Woo!
go against Warren Moon and knock down some of his balls and Thrill Hill, God rest his soul. If I can cover guys like that, I can cover guys in the NFL, and that's who made me better each and every day of going against those guys. So just like at Purdue, I did well on the scout team defensive backs there, and then finally they said, okay, well this guy can play a little. And like I said, no matter where you're at, you have to do the best of your ability, and just don't. A lot of kids like to try to whine and try to blame someone else. To this day, I never point a finger at no one because it's all about me. It's all about what I do. It's about my actions of how my attitude walking into a room when things going bad. My attitude of okay, I'm gonna make this play because it's always and foremost, always will be a player's game.
Right,
No matter what sport you play, it's a player's game. The players makes the plays. The plays do not make the player.
right. So check this out, Coach. Going in from your rookie year to your second year,
Mm-hmm.
what was the biggest change that you had to do? Because I know that you played in a lot of games your rookie year, but I think you started. Did you start your second year?
Yes, I started my second year. Yes, I did. Yeah.
So yeah, how was that transition? And was you going in like you knew, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the starter, or like how did that transpire?
I transferred my mind and didn't and realize that okay, you in the NFL. Where's your goal to be in the NFL, or was your goal is to play and stay in the NFL?
Mm,
Right.
Because everyone always say, "I want to make it to the NFL." Well, your talents alone can make you to the NFL. If you have good talent, you're going to make it to the NFL. You're going to get to the NFL, but it's staying in the NFL. So I had to transfer my thinking of I want to stay in the NFL. So I went out to San Diego to a guy named Ron Shetfield, a lot of Olympic track people. I went out there almost all 13 years I played, and I trained with him. I did a lot of track workout. I think all skilled people, all skilled guys, don't skill or even linemen, need to do track. The linemen need to throw the shot and the disc, and the skilled guys, the running backs, the receivers need to run the 100 to 200s to 400s because
right,
you're talking about running. Who else better to teach you than a track coach on how to run?
right,
You know, so I went out, worked out with him, got myself in great shape. Never got really tired in camp. So when everyone was complaining about their legs being tired or camp legs this or dead legs, I never got that. I was able to keep pushing. And then coming back the next year, I said, well, I might as well do the same thing I did the year before. And I just kept doing it each and every year. So I give Coach Sheffield a lot of credit of keeping me in the best shape possible because you cannot go into camp getting into shape, never get in shape. You should always go in camp already in shape and be able to use camp to stay in shape.
right, right. That's right there.
Analogy
That's
right
real
there.
right there. That's
Yes, it
real
was.
talk right there. Big time, out for real. So look, Coach, who was the toughest receiver that you had to guard?
Well, in those days and times, it was so many great receivers out there. Starting with number 80,
Mm,
start with number 88.
right,
You start with Jerry Rice, you start with Mike Irvin, Andre Reed, Bad Moon Rising, Andre Rising. It was so many. Tim Brown, Webster Slaughter, who eventually came over to play with the Oilers.
right.
you know, Wesley Walker, who beat me for 2 touchdowns. My first start there with the Jets. I still think of him. It was so many good receivers out there then, and it's just like in today's league. It's so many good receivers. It's always going to have good receivers, good DBs. and it's all about it's a challenge in the matchup. And I can't say who was the best receiver because they all did something different.
Okay.
Michael Irvin was very strong at the line of attack. He was very strong. He'd push you and pull you and grab. Jerry was very elusive. Everybody said, "Oh, Jerry wasn't fast," but Jerry run precise routes. The route was going to be if the route was set 10 yards, Jerry's going to run it right at 10 yards. He wasn't going to go 8. He wasn't going to go 9. He wasn't going to go 11. He's going to go right at 10. So therefore, you had to know when he was going to break down. Jerry was a 4-5 east and west, and he was a 4-5 north and south. He that's how he ran his routes. Everything was full speed. Andre Rison was very shifty at the line. You know, then you had Andre Reed, who had a good speed and also physical. And Chris Carter was there. So we had so many good receivers, and they all did stuff different. So you had to be mentally and physically prepared for them each and every week.
Wow.
So which one coach talked the most trash?
Michael Irvin, of course. Between Michael Irvin and Andre Rison, they talk the most trash. At least Michael, when if I was out on special teams, at least Michael wouldn't be up there hackling me. But Andre Rison was even when I was out there on special teams. Oh man, you can't hold that guy. You can't, say he was hackling me on special teams. So I think Andre Rison probably talked the most trash.
That's funny. So look, Coach, when you made All Pro, how was that feeling, man?
Well, it was a great feeling to make because it was something that sports reporters, the coaches voted on, and to see me as one of those type of players, and people say, "Oh, you arrived." No, I haven't arrived. Arriving is making it multiple times.
Right.
That's when you arrive. But it's just seeing like that is a great feeling and a great accomplishment for people recognizing your ability. And like I said, all thanks to God who put me in that position at that time to showcase my talents, because we all work for one person. No matter your job may say you work for Amazon, or my job may say I work for the Generals or the XFL team, but all those people work for one person. That's God itself. So, like I said, I just thank Him so much of being in my career, of carrying me through the dark times and put me, bring me over that mountain when it's time for me to shine. And like I said, I just took advantage of my opportunities. And plus, I was surrounded by some great coaches. Not let me not understand that my first year, like I had Ron Mims there at Purdue. In my last couple of years at Purdue, I had Phil Bennett, who's still coaching at North Texas right now. And then my first year there at the Houston Oilers, I had Nick Saban. Who everybody knows Nick Saban.
Right.
All the championships he won there at Alabama, and he's still coaching the DBs. And the drills that Nick has done over the years, I still do them right now because they work. I don't, you see sometimes on YouTube all these popcorn drills. I call them popcorn drills because they do all these drills here, jump around. You don't see all that on the football field. And I tell guys, and I tell my son who's playing corner at Lamar High School here in Houston, I tell him, look, do drills to help you on the field. Don't do all these drills who's going to get you TikTok famous, because you're not trying to be TikTok famous. You're trying to be a football player.
Right.
And football players have to do drills that pertain to field event drills. So that's why I tell them all the time, do field drills is going to help you on the field, not TikTok.
Right. That's true. So what do you think about, how they made a lot of changes about, NFL as far as, a lot of freemen, the movement of freemen. What do you think about that, especially being a defender, a DB as yourself?
Well, like I said, first of all, foremost, these guys I'm glad for them to be able to earn the money they earn, okay? Because I was on that battle of fighting for being a player rep for 3 years there at the Houston Oilers, fighting for guaranteed contracts, fighting for higher signing bonuses. So I'm so glad to see that now happening in today's NFL, which, all those guys deserve it. When you put your mind and your body on the line, when you put yourself on a line like that, in any given moment that you possibly can have an injury, and then your career is over. It's you needed that upfront money. You needed that money to take care of your family because everyone think, oh, you just play sports. No, we have family too. We have to worry about our family also. So, excuse me, while you're enjoying the game, we enjoy what we do, but we also have to worry about our families at home. Our children, our wives, our mom and dads. Our brothers and sisters. Are they been taken care of? So, we as athletes have a lot to worry about, not just only the game, but everyone else who's around you that you want to make sure because, I come from humble means. Like I said, from right there in Carroll Court, West End in Louisville. That's where I come from. I'm always going to be that way.
Right.
I'm always going to be Louisville, and everyone say Louisville. I don't say Louisville. I say Louisville.
Cool.
And I tell people
Right.
all the time,
Right.
don't be sorry. But they're like, oh, you from Louisville? I said, no, I don't even know where that is. Where is Louisville? I know where Louisville at, and I don't know where Louisville at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, there I do know.
Right.
And like I said, and so my granddad was a jockey. I know you look like your granddad was a jockey. Yeah, my dad was only like 5'2", but my granddad Clarence Pick Dishman was a jockey there, and I had a lot of people there in Newsine, there in Lexington, a lot of family there. So what I'm saying, I've grew up around hard work, and I grew up understanding the meaning of working hard and working to get what you want, and not sit back and let someone else give it to you.
Right. Right. So when, so check this out, Coach. When the plan was done and everything, um, and your next move, did you always think it was going to be like coaching, like you was going to get into coaching and stuff like that?
No, I didn't think that. No, I didn't. All right. Here's after I retired from football in 2000. All right, I went back into the Texas area. Texas is known for their horses, right?
Right.
But they're known for the quarter horses. Okay. So, but being from Kentucky, I was a snob. We're thoroughbreds. We don't mess with. We're thoroughbred horses. I don't mess with it. What is these quarter horses? So I started. Well, I found to realize that quarter horses are easier to buy than thoroughbred horses. So I got some quarter horses, and I started following the rodeo circuit.
Oh.
And I used to do the cutting competition. I used to do cutting with the rodeo circuit. Because my always first love was always horses. Even when I was growing up, I always thought I was going to be a jockey. But the more I grew, I realized that I'm not going to be a jockey.
Right.
So, so that career went out very fast. Me wanting to be a jockey went out very fast. So I started raising quarter horses and following the rodeo circuit my first 4 years, 5 years after I got retired. And then after that, I started training guys for the NFL Combine, and then I started coaching. My first coaching gig was Berlin Thunder NFL Europe in 2005. Was my first coaching job over there at NFL Europe. I coached over there with Rick Lance and Tom Sula as the defense coordinator, coaching the DBs. Fell in love with it. Came back to the States, worked at Menlo College there in the Bay Area for 2 years. Then got into Coach Turner invited me to come and do the internship there in San Diego. Did an internship, and then started coaching there in San Diego. From San Diego, went to Baylor. Oh, then shucks. And then Baylor after Baylor, I got to get a list of them. I can't remember so many lists. But no, I didn't. To answer your question, no, I didn't. I didn't want to be a coach, but I grew the patience to coach. You got to be patient, a very patient person to coach because everyone is taught different. Everyone is learned different. You may learn different than someone else. So I gotta figure out how I can get to you, how you learn. And that's what I love doing is figuring out guys how they learn. How can I get to you? How can I make you be the best of you? Instead of putting everybody in this gumbo and mixing it's like everybody's the same. No, you're not the same. Because everyone's different. You got to teach and treat everyone. You may coach them all the same, but you have to teach them different because they learn different. Some guys you got to go and walk through. Some guys you can go tell it to and they get it right away. Then sometimes you gotta tell it, walk it, tell it, walk it, tell it, walk it again before they get it. It's okay. eventually, eventually, when that person get it, he's gonna get it for life. And I tell guys all the time, don't look at me as a coach. Well, I am a coach. I'm a lifetime coach. My numbers. I'm a lifetime coach. Don't. I'm not a coach between the hours of, like, say, 9 to 6. Then after that, turn my phone off. My phone is always on. Any player can always call me. Today, I have players call me. Still keep in contact with me. Where I still have 4 or 5 group chats still going with different players who played for. You know what I'm saying? So it's they know that I'm always there for them. And as a coach, you gotta love it. It's not a job. It's a. I know it's a cliche. What's that one cliche? It's not a job. It's an adventure. That's what coaching is. It's an adventure.
Wow, wow. How did your how did your New Jersey General stop Turpin in practice?
Well, see, Turpin is such a man. Isn't that a great story?
Yes.
You know, a guy who bounced around in different leagues, who played in arena football, who played at another league before the USFL. He was in not a York called football. What was the league he was in where they pay for, if you get 1,000, you make a touchdown, you get this. He was in another league before that. He was in so many different leagues to finally get his chance. And I told my son and I was there and I was looking at it. I said, this is what you do when you get an opportunity. Take advantage of your opportunity when it comes, because you never know when that opportunity is. You always have to stay ready. And he was a guy that was always ready. No matter what. He practiced the way he played.
Mm.
He practiced hard. He played hard. Turp is such a, what I'm saying? So I'm so happy for his success because he was ready for that opportunity. And I tell guys all the time, don't stop blaming what someone else is doing. Stop looking at what someone else ahead of you. Stop looking at someone else behind you. Worry about you.
Right.
If you worry about you, then be the best that you can be. Then your talents will show. But if you say, well, this person got more reps. How come I only got 3 and you got 2? I only got 2 reps. He got 3 reps. Well, make those 2 great reps.
Right.
Then you may get 4.
Right.
But don't complain about only 2 reps. Make those 2 great reps, because if you go 1 rep bad and 1 rep good, that's only 50%.
Right.
Then you give the coach. Then the coach is like, well, you're only a 50% player. You're not a 100% player.
Woo. I know that's right. Woo. That's all the money right there.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you go, Coach, real quick, I'm gonna go back to the sales. Is it one particular game or anything that stood out for you when you was at the sales that you knew that you was that guy that you like? Hey, I got it. I was at before the sales.
No, no, it wasn't, because, like I said, I had so much support. My brother and Colin, my brother, my middle brother, and I played 2 years together at these sales. And like I said, I had so much support from my family that it wasn't like one game, like, oh, I made it, I've done it, I can do it. It was just a lot of games that happened, because I consider myself a late bloomer. I'm a hard worker. I probably not the fastest or the most talented person there. At least I didn't think I was, but I just worked hard. If something had to be done, I was going to try to figure out how to get it done. I was not going to go to sleep without getting it done, without getting that chore or that situation taken care of. So I think my best quality is I work very hard, extremely hard, and I'm a very demanding person on myself as well as others around me, because everyone always say, "Oh, I want to be great," and it's great. Great, I want to be great. It's used so much. I want to be the greatest this. I want to be great as that. But no one ever say that I want to be the hardest worker. Everyone always say I want to be the greatest player. Well, how do you become that great player? Do you wake out of bed? And some people have the natural gifted talent,
Right.
and they can just get out of bed and do that.
Right.
But others who is not in that 5% who have that great talent need to work their ass off to do that.
Right.
And I was not in that 5%. A guy like a Deion Sanders and Rod Woodson and Daryl Green, they just naturally talented individuals. God gave them the speed to run and be physical, play football. They're in their 10%. I wasn't in that 10%. At least I didn't think I was. I was in that percent that I had to work my butt off to get where I'm getting. And I think it's even it's even sweeter when you do that, because you can see that I can work up to that level
Right.
of that.
Right. Woo. Marky, anything?
So
I want to
that's
ask.
it.
I want to ask you this real quick, Coach, because I just started thinking about it. That I want to ask guests who actually play football, been on the field. If it's one thing that you can tell us that you miss about playing, what would that be?
Wow. Well, we have enough time, huh? Well, and then everyone always say I miss the camaraderie with the guys. I do miss that. Everyone always say I miss the locker room. I do miss that. Everyone always say that I miss the thrill of scoring a touchdown or getting an interception. I do miss that also. But the number one thing I miss is being able to, and I still provide for my family, but have enough funds to provide for my family. Let's don't get it twisted.
Right.
Uh, I've made more money in 1 year than my parents probably made in a whole lifetime. You know, that's something to be very humbled about. That I can be able to provide for them as well as my brothers and sisters. You know, um, so it's something that's very humbling. So yes, I do miss the camaraderie with the guys. Yes, I do miss the of playing on Sundays. I miss the preparation Monday through Saturday also.
Mm.
You know, that's what I really miss. The preparation. The games is going to be the games.
Right.
I miss the preparation of looking at a Michael Irvin when he runs out and he put his left foot up that he's going to do an inside route. Watching a guy like a Jerry Rice, when he don't mess with his gloves, is going to be a run. When he messes with his gloves, it's going to be a pass.
Love it.
So that's the stuff I miss, is the preparation of knowing how to play. Should I do if a hard jam Michael Irvin now, I can't hard jam him again, because guess what? He's going to be waiting for it.
Right.
Now I got to inch jamming, or I have to catch him. So it's just the preparation, the cat and mouse, the game within the game out there that I miss.
Woo.
So I hope I didn't take up too much time.
Oh,
I'm
Hey,
gonna rattle off my things already.
no. And real quick before I let you go, one of my friends, like my brother, he actually was your neighbor at some time. I think he said Lawan Ray.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's about 49 years old, but he said the neighbor of yours, Lawan Ray, and he said him and his mother and his stepdad and things like that. And I told him that you was coming on the show. He said, "Oh man, I can't wait to see that." So a lot of people still love and remember all the good things that you've done in the city and you're pro, and people couldn't wait to see it. And if they haven't joined, they'll definitely watch it. So we're just happy that you was able to join us. I want to thank your cousin Jessica for actually getting this together.
Yes.
So,
We
thank
got
you.
a hold on him. Yes. Thank you. But like I said, it's Louisville always gonna have a place in my heart. Shiny Park is always gonna be there. Jewel Park, Central. Even though I didn't go to Central High School, my dad went to Central High School. Shawnee High School. Even though I didn't go to Shawnee High School,
Right.
it's all that whole West End is always gonna have a place in my heart. And each time I go back to Louisville, I always go down to Shawnee Park to the Dirt Bowl, or something like that to hang out with you. So it's just great to see and anybody from Louisville, I try to help and try to make sure that they make it and try to give them any type of advice. And my advice to any of the young men out there that's from Louisville who's playing football is keep your nose clean,
Yeah.
keep your head, keep your chin down, and just keep working. Don't worry about what's to the right of you. Don't worry about to the left of you. Don't worry about what's behind you. Just keep working. Keep moving forward. And you're going to have setbacks, but let setbacks be set-ups, because you have to get set back sometimes to get set up for something bigger. So don't look at it as a setback. Look at it as a setup.
Absolutely.
So that's my little preaching for today also.
Hey, we love it. But Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
And hopefully we can bring you on some other time, and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay. One more thing.
Man.
I've moved on now. I'm coaching with the XFL
Okay.
Vegas team with Rod Woodson. So I've moved on from the Generals, which
Okay.
I had a great time there coaching with the Generals in the USFL, and I said it was one of my major coordinator's job of being a coordinator. I had such a great time. Coach Riley's such a great individual to work for. So I have moved on now to the XFL, and Rod Woodson will be the head coach there. So I'll be working on his staff. So, but like I said, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it. And like I said, I just love coaching, love being an inspiration to young men in their lives, and be able to coach one thing one time, and the guy gets it, and he moves on and do it in the game and make the play that he should make. That's what my satisfaction. That's where I am most happy about.
Hey, we'll definitely be watching you, Coach.
Absolutely.
We know that defense is gonna be stellar.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you.
No problem. Great. Yes, sir.
If you can't take, I cannot wait to go home and chop up little.
Hey, man.
It's so much spice that he
jewels,
did.
man. Yes.
Nothing but jewels.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
That was good.
It's off.
That was
Hey.
great. XFL.
Woo.
Here he come.
Mark said it. That was over. He's in that one.
Yep.
Hey, can't wait. You with the Vegas?
Vegas.
Ooh, that's party time,
Yes.
too. Hey, guys, tomorrow, Mel Sheffield from Mel High is going to be on. So make sure you tune in. And, hey, nothing but bangers. Big time. Congratulations to the winners. And thank you, Cris Dishman, for joining us. And I'm going to tell you, if you watch this, if you're a player of any sport, and you watch this, and you can't get something from this, then I don't even think you should be playing. I'm just going to say.
You're absolutely right about that one.
Hey, good night, y'all. Peace
Be
out.
safe. Be safe.
Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Cris. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.